You're watching Bengals News today, your home for everything Cincinnati Bengals. And today, we've got real reasons to be excited. Cincinnati's 2025 draft class just got a major nod of approval from none other than ESPN's Field Yates. And here's the kicker. Two Bengals rookies landed on his top 10 day 2 and day 3 picks list. That's the kind of national recognition that tells you this team isn't just building, it's loading up for a serious run. But hey, before we dive into the full details of this latest Bengals boost, do me a favor. Before we get into the latest Bengals news, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and don't forget to smash that bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's keep growing this Bengals community together. All right, let's talk about the picks that turned heads. Cincinnati didn't have a flashy 7th round flyer this year due to a midseason trade, but they made every one of their 6 selections count. In the 3rd round, offensive lineman Dylan Fairchild was the name some fans overlooked. But according to Field Yates, that was a mistake. Fairchild was listed among the top 10 offensive standouts not taken in the 1st round, right alongside names like Tyler Shuck and Mason Taylor. That's a serious vote of confidence in his potential to protect Joe Burrow and fortify that front line. And we're just getting started. Dylan Fairchild isn't just a solid pick. He might end up being one of the steals of the draft. While national media focused on flashy skill players, Cincinnati quietly filled a glaring hole on their offensive line. And now it's paying off. According to ESPN's Field Yates, Fairchild is not only a top 10 day 2-3 selection, he could be the week 1 starter at left guard. Yates praised Fairchild's elite consistency, toughness, and protection skills, highlighting that he allowed pressure on just 0.4% of his pass block reps during the 2024 season. That's the kind of stat that earns respect in the AFC North. Here's the part Bengals fans will love. Fairchild's not just talented, he's all in on this team. He's spending the offseason working alongside veteran center Ted Karras, soaking up knowledge and building chemistry. That kind of commitment speaks volumes. Now, the big question, will Fairchild be in the starting lineup on opening day? All signs point to yes. The tackles and center positions are locked in, but left guard is wide open. Fairchild has the edge, especially with Cordell Volson struggling to hold the position last year. If line coach Scott Peters can tap into Fairchild's potential, Cincinnati may finally have the kind of front 5 that can protect Joe Burrow like he deserves. And don't overlook that Georgia Bulldog connection. Fairchild lined up with Amarius Mims in college and brings that SEC-level grit to the trenches. He said it himself. Protecting Joe Burrow is the greatest honor of his life. That's the kind of guy you want in the locker room. That's the kind of player you want on your line. It's not just the Bengals offensive line that's getting a boost. The defense is also drawing national praise. At number 4, on Field Yates' top defensive value picks from day 2 and 3, linebacker Demetrius Knight Jr. And yes, this one might turn some early skepticism into solid confidence. There was plenty of debate on draft night about whether Knight was the right fit in the 2nd round. But as the dust settles, more and more insiders, including ESPN, are seeing the vision. Yates described Knight as a plug-and-play starter who brings physicality and attitude to a defense that needed both. With Jermaine Pratt's trade request looming in the background, Knight's arrival couldn't come at a better time. Cincinnati didn't just draft for depth, they drafted for disruption. Knight's final year at South Carolina proves it. 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, and an interception. This guy has a nose for the ball and the kind of downhill aggression that fits perfectly in Lou Anarumo's system. There's still some uncertainty. As of now, contract talks are reportedly ongoing. But once that's settled, expect Knight to be right in the mix from day 1. He's built to bring energy, leadership, and toughness. All traits the Bengals need if they're going to make noise in a brutally competitive AFC North. So while Fairchild might be grabbing headlines on offense, don't sleep on what Demetrius Knight Jr. is about to do for this defense. Cincinnati's draft wasn't just good, it was strategic. There's no question. Demetrius Knight Jr. is expected to hit the ground running in Cincinnati. The Bengals didn't draft him to sit on the bench. They're counting on him to step into the linebacker rotation immediately, and the opportunity is there. With Jermaine Pratt's future up in the air and a need for more speed and physicality at the second level, Knight could see plenty of week 1 snaps, and maybe even a starting role alongside Logan Wilson. This isn't just about physical talent either. Knight brings the full package. He's mature, cerebral, and focused, married with a kid, and a guy who's bounced through multiple programs, Georgia Tech, Charlotte, and finally South Carolina. He's seen every angle of college football. That SEC experience in his final year, it matters. Those big game reps sharpened him for the speed and intensity of the NFL, and the tape backs it up. Knight was constantly around the football for South Carolina. 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, 1 pick, and a whole lot of disruption. Field Yates called him a tone setter, a guy who brings edge and toughness to a defense. That's exactly what this Bengals unit needs. Now, Barrett Carter, taken in the 4th round, might be more of a long-term project, but Knight, the Bengals want him on the field right away. If he lives up to the expectation, Cincinnati could be walking away from this draft with 2 instant impact starters, one on each side of the ball. So, while critics debate whether the Bengals had a top-tier draft, the early signs point to smart, NFL-ready picks who can contribute now. With both Dylan Fairchild and Demetrius Knight Jr. earning national attention before even playing a snap, Cincinnati's 2025 class is shaping up to be a foundational moment for this team. And that's exactly what Bengals fans have been waiting for.